It's 3 a.m. It's very silent time. It's really very silent time. No trouble. This is the best part of this time. Why do I study at this time? No noise pollution, no troubles, no distractions, and moreover, a motivation that you have woken up at 3. So, this is the time to read. This is the time to study. So today we're going to talk about important writers. बहुत सारे important writers के बारे में बात करेंगे. As we utilize each and every second of 3 a.m. we're going to utilize for particular minutes. हम 15-20 मिनट जो क्लास करने वाले हैं, we'll try best कि हम बहुत सारे writers को डिस्कस करें. और जितने स्टूडेंट्स अभी गेट एग्ज़ाम में जा रहे हैं, all the students who are going to appear in gate exam, see, eyes are paining. No doubt it's 3 a.m. Eyes are paining. And I'm looking at the screen. So, this is the inspiration. This inspires to fight back. Why are we having the pain in our eyes? Why are we waking up in between? Because we have bigger dreams. हमारे अब बड़े सपने हैं, अलग सपने हैं. And moreover, you have seen these dreams that are fulfilled if you work hard. I would get up at 3. Today I'm sitting here, I'm talking to all of you. So, those who are preparing for GATE exam, I suggest you that now know more different readings. Sometimes this is a habit of students. What they do, they think that let's search this thing, let's search that thing, and as there are so many people teaching right now, so everybody is thinking that let's learn this thing from here, let's learn this thing from there. Now, when you have only 7 to 8 days are left, I think it's 6th of Feb. So today it's 6th of Feb. You hardly have 7 and 8 days left. Whatever I have provided, mug it up, read it. Now just go for a revision. Keep revising and make sure that you remember everything. Last days are only for mugging up. Initial days when we were preparing, we already have talked about a lot of new things. Last days are only for mugging up. So just mug up everything. Even if you're not able to mug up something, just keep reading and revising it again and again. अपने टॉपिक्स को बार बार पढ़ते रहो, रिवाइज करते रहो, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली इन एग्जाम इट्स नेगेटिव मार्किंग. योर मेमोरी इज गोइंग टू हेल्प यू. दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट रीजन आई स्टार्टेड 3 a.m. क्लास. आपकी मेमोरी जो है ना, बिकॉज आई वॉज सीइंग दैट दो वी आर गिविंग गुड रिजल्ट्स, बट स्टिल आई कैन मेक इट बेटर. So if I start waking up with my students and I motivate them to mug up and utilize the early morning time, you will see your memory is working. So just read everything that you have right now. जो आपके आसपास है सब पढ़ो. ये मत सोचो कि एक बुक नहीं मिला, 2 बुक नहीं है, या कम है, या क्या है. पहली बात, किसी को नहीं पता कि क्या कम है क्या ज़्यादा है. दिस इज लिटरेचर. बट जो भी आपके पास है, जितना भी आपके पास है, 99% कंटेंट आपके पास है. Read, revise, and make sure that it is fixed in your memory. So let's go for the books. So today we're going to talk about Eugene Ionesco. Eugene Ionesco is a very important writer, and his famous work Rhinoceros. So write this thing. You can write it: Eugene Ionesco. Good morning, Kushi. Eugene Ionesco. Eugene Ionesco. Or you know that I'm using my old notes for all of you. So I'm using old notes. I'm going to talk about Eugene Ionesco, then I'll be teaching you Lizzie Pirandello. इससे बेस्ट क्या होगा कि विनीत सर ने अपनी पुरानी कॉपियाँ उठाई हैं. I told you ना, I have my own notes and I have my own old copies. Then I keep revising these things. A Romanian French writer. Why he is very important? Because he is the part of absurd theater, absurd literature. And the most important book that you have to read is and remember is Rhinoceros. Rhinoceros. Rhinoceros, you know, must be knowing the one horn rhinoceros, जो जिसे हम गेंडा बोलते हैं. It's a story of 1959. Something happens in the society and everybody is getting converted into a rhinoceros. हर आदमी एक जानवर में convert हो रहा है. So the hero keeps on fighting. Ebenezer Berenger, he keeps on fighting. He doesn't want to be that thing. But everyone, even his girlfriend, everyone is getting converted. He keeps on fighting, but later he also joins it. So here we have a famous line in this book: humanism is dead. Those who follow it are just old sentimentalists. That's a famous quotation. So rhinoceros की आपको मैं famous quotation भी बता रहा हूँ. The important quotation is humanism is dead. Those who follow it are just old sentimentalists. And the name of the heroine is Daisy. Name of the hero is Berenger, Berenger. The second book written by Eugene Ionesco is The Chairs, which is important for all of us, 1951. It's a tragic farce, the story of an old man and old woman. They are arranging chairs for the guests are coming. And guests are everyone in the world, and they are coming for a lecture on the discovery of meaning of life. So the guests are coming, and the guests are from all the life of all the sectors of the world. Why they are coming? To get a lecture by an old man, and the lecture is the meaning of life. Orator comes, delivers the lecture. Old couple in during the lecture is going on. Old couple jumps out of the window and commits suicide. And later we find that all the people, those who are sitting there, they are not able to listen to the lecture, and even the orator is deaf and mute. Orator is dumb, but still delivering lecture. That's called absurd style. Then there is a work, Bald Soprano, The Bald Soprano of 1948. It's the first play and has a world record of being continuously staged. Bald Soprano is one of the first plays which has a world record of being continuously staged. UNESCO got the idea to write while learning English through assimil method. First title, English Without Toil. The first title of Bald Soprano was English Without Toil. Second title was It's Raining Cats and Dogs. Mr. and Mrs. Smith are the characters, discussing the death of Bobby Watson, who was in love with Bobby Watson girl. Marlin family comes to meet and realize that they are his wife and a dog. Have a dog. This is absurd theater here. Nobody understands the story. Next thing that you have to read is Luigi Pirandello, Luigi Pirandello, Italian writer, Italian absurdist writer, Nobel Award 1934. He was given Nobel Award for his magical power to turn psychological analysis into good theater. His tragic farces are seen as forerunners of absurd theatre. So it is believed that Luigi Pirandello is the father figure, just like Martin Aslin, just like Albert Camus. Luigi Pirandello is also known as the father figure of absurd theatre. The most important book by Luigi Pirandello is Six Characters in Search of Author, written in 1921. Three questions are in net exam. Three questions. Name of the book is Six Characters in Search of Author. A group of actors are rehearsing the play known as The Rules of the Game. One of the questions was that which play they are rehearsing. The Rules of the Game by Pirandello. They are disturbed by six people who call themselves unfinished characters and are looking for an author to complete them. This is very important. Six characters in search of author. These six characters are actual characters, and they say that one writer was writing us, one writer was developing us, but then the writer has left us in midway. Now we are half developed characters. We are looking for a director who can complete us. हम एक ऐसे डायरेक्टर को ढूंढ रहे हैं जो हमें कंप्लीट कर सके, हमें डेवलप कर सके. सो ये एक एब्सर्डिस्ट प्ले है, एंड इट हैज़ अ डायरेक्ट रेफरेंस, अ डायरेक्ट कनेक्शन टू द व्हाट वी कॉल दिस वर्ड, देयर इज अ पर्टिकुलर वर्ड, theatrical literary devices. So technically the characters themselves are talking. This becomes very important. Luigi Pirandello, Six Character in Search of Author. Read this much. Even if you read the basic things, it will be enough. Then we have next writer Tom Stoppard. Again, a very important writer. It's very important writer. And remember this point, that when you read Tom Stoppard, remember that the one of the best work he has written is Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Rosencrantz Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Guildenstern are dead. 1966. It's set in Denmark, just like Hamlet. Hamlet is also set in Denmark. The title Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. The title has been taken from Hamlet. Hamlet is set in Denmark. Remember the famous line in Hamlet, something is rotten in the state of Denmark. So make sure you remember this. If I have to set the paper, I'll ask you. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead is a story set in Denmark. Now, there are two characters are confused about happenings in the story. Act 5, scene 2nd, line number 411, and ambassador says the title line. So the title line, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. This line appears in Hamlet, Act 5, scene 2nd, line number 411. Remember this point. Next book he has written is Arcadio. Arcadio is 1993, dealing with the relation of past, present, and order disorder. Again, existential style literature. ये नेट में बहुत आता था पहले. Then there is a writer. He has it. Name of the writer is. ये writer किसी और को नहीं आएगा. 99% people have not even heard about this writer. Frederick Dürrenmatt. Spelling Frederick. Frederick Durrenmatt. Frederick Dürrenmatt. Famous book Problems of the Theatre. This deals with the absurd theatre concept. So repeating again, Frederick Dürrenmatt has written Problems of the Theatre, and he said comedy alone is suitable for absurd drama. So he said that comedy alone is suitable for absurd drama, which means comedy should be the only style written in absurdist drama. If they ever ask you that what is the style of absurdist drama, always remember it's tragic comedy. Samuel Beckett, we all know about Samuel Beckett. So 1969 Nobel Award. He is known for his being the last modernist writer. So Waiting for Godot, very famous. Read it. अच्छे से पढ़ो. Vladimir Astragon. What's the story? Why they keep saying that Godot will come? Godot will come. Who is God? Though Samuel Beckett was questioned by a reporter after the Nobel Award that please tell me that who is Godot. उसने बोला कि अब तो आपको इनाम मिल गया. Now you have a Nobel Award. So now you can tell me who is Godot. Then Beckett laughed and said that had I know about this man Godot, I would have written it. So he said even I have no idea. So he says that had I been knowing it, I would have mentioned it. So there are two characters, Vladimir and Astragon, also known as Didi and Gogo. And remember this thing, the French title, An Attendant Godot, was written in 1953. Again, a very smart question of net exam. There was a question in net exam when I was a student. An Attendant Godot was published in. So even I got confused because the Godot was published in 1956. An Attendant Godot was French version written in 1953. So many of my friends, they went for 1956. But I went for 1953. Why? Because the title was asked in French language. So when they are asking a French book, we have to go for the French book. And Attendant Godot was written in 1953. Remember this point. Now it's a tragicomedy in two acts, performed in Royal National Theatre. It is voted as one of the most significant English language play of 20th century. It's very important. Like there is a complete story that I can just share it with you, but I suggest you to read it. Who has kidney problems in Godot? इफ़त आई नो थोड़ा तेज जा रहा हूँ मैं थोड़ा तेज बोल रहा हूँ बट आई वॉन्ट टू यूटिलाइज एवरी मिनट ऑफ योर्स दिस इज द रीज़न थोड़ा मैं जल्दी जल्दी बोल रहा हूँ फास्ट बोल रहा हूँ सो देर इज अ क्वेश्चन हु हैज़ किडनी प्रॉब्लम्स इन वेटिंग फॉर गोडो Vladimir has kidney problems. Vladimir. A terrible cry heralds the entrance of Lucky, who gives the suggestion of committing suicide by hanging. Astragon. Lucky and a slave donkey. Pozo. Once there was a time, we were scared of Godot. I was scared of Godot. Like you read it and you don't get a story. So I was like, read it again and again and you're still not getting the story. Martin Esslin, the founder figure of absurdist drama, once said that William Shakespeare is one of the greatest influence on absurd theatre. If somebody questions you that which writer has inspired absurd theatre, who is known as the greatest influence? William Shakespeare, because Martin Esslin said this. ये किसी और को नहीं आएगा. Remember this point. Endgame, same writer, Samuel Beckett. Endgame, 1957. Endgame से Avengers के Endgame में मत चला जाना, though that's my favorite also. 1957, French title was Fin de Party. Fin de Party. Beckett himself translated it into English. So who translated Endgame into English? Beckett himself. Ham is a paralyzed character. Clove is his servant. He is unable to sit. Nag is Ham's father, has no legs, sits in dustbin. Nell, mother of Ham, no legs, lives in dustbin. In which book parents are kept in dustbin? Endgame. Nell says nothing is funnier than unhappiness. It's the most comical thing in the world. It's a famous line from this book. Nothing is funnier than unhappiness. It's the most comical thing in the world. Then the next book we have is Crab's Last Tape. Crab's Last Tape, 1958. One act play. written for an actor Patrick Maggie, and first title was Maggie Monologue. Maggie Monologue was the first title of Crab's Last Take. A man, he is rewinding the tape again and again and listening it. It seems like he's trying to find out something from the tape. So he plays the tape, then he rewinds it, then plays the tape again. The name of the man is Mr. Crab. And remember this thing, that the first title of this book was Maggie Monologue. The age of Mr. Crab is 69. Then you have to go for other books. You can also read the books of Malone Dies, Harold Pinter, The Birthday Party, 1957. Pete and Meg are the couples in 60s. Stanley, an unemployed man in 30s, carries a piano. And there is a person known as Goldberg. Then McKen, they are strangers. There is a girl Lulu, and she gifts him a toy drum. These are stories, the important points. And then they play. Remember this point, that's very, very important. And Pete keeps on repeating one line: Stan, don't let them tell you what to do. Stan, don't let them tell you what to do. ये बहुत अच्छी line है इस book की. Then we have The Room, the first play written by Harold Pinter, story of a husband wife. Bert doesn't speak throughout the play, and then in last scene he delivers a monologue full of sexual references about driving a van, which he takes as a woman. After speech, he starts beating Riley the blind man, where Rose gets troubled and says, I can't see, I can't see, I can't see. This famous line comes in Harold Pinter's famous work The Room. The Room of 1957 जरूर पढ़ लेना. Then The Caretaker by Harold Pinter is very important. जरूर पढ़ना. Aston invites Davis, a wandering man. Nick tries to throw him away. Davis' real name is Bernard Jenkins. Question of net exam in my time. What is the real name of Davis? Bernard Jenkins is the real name. ये जरूर पढ़ना है. Homecoming also can be read, but Homecoming is not that much important. So make sure you remember that. Then the title No Man's Land has been asked in NET exam. Mountain language has been asked in NET exam. Then we go for Edward L.B. The Zoo Story 1958. Original title The Peter and Jerry. ये questions है सारे. हर एक question दो दो number का है. Remember this thing. Peter and Jerry was the first title of the Zoo Story written by Edward L.B. in 1958. It's a one-act play. Jerry troubles Peter for the seat in the garden and to listen his stories. Jerry gets stabbed and says, Could I have planned all this? No, no, I couldn't have, but I think I did. The last words of Jerry are, Oh my God. They may simply ask you, What are the last words of the protagonist in this book? Oh my God. Then there is a story Who is Afraid of Virginia Woolf, 1962, story of Martha and George. Nick and Honey are the other couple. It's divided in three acts named Fun and Games, then Walpurgis Snatch, which Witches Meeting, and The Exorcism. So, what are the names of three parts of Who is Afraid of Virginia Woolf? The first one we have is Fun and Games. Second one is Witches Meeting. The third one is Exorcism. 3 बजे exorcism की बात नहीं करनी चाहिए, फिर आ ना जाए. Then The Goat or Who is Sylvia by Edward L.B. 2002. Story of Martin, Stevie and son Billy. Martin, Stevie and Billy. Martin falls in love with the goat. The title has been taken from the song in Shakespeare of Two Gentlemen of Verona. So Shakespeare की Two Gentlemen of Verona से title लिया है Who is Sylvia, the goat. The Proteus is singing this song. This song is hoping to woo Sylvia. So he is trying to woo Sylvia. Stevie kills the goat and the goat Sylvia in the end. So the lady thinks my husband is in love with the goat. She kills the goat. Bad point. Indian absurdist writer Malay Rai Chaudhary, बिहार से हैं, इंडिया से, founder of Hungryalist movement. Remember, 99.9% people have not even heard about him. Malay Roy Chaudhary, Hungryalist movement. But you don't have to read it. His famous work is Stark Electric Jesus. Famous work, Stark Electric Jesus. Now, this is the time you read and revise this thing. Tomorrow I'll be giving you the most important writers again. And at 11, there is a public live class. So there are so many 3 a.m. live classes which are already given to you. Utilize them. उन सबको पढ़ो. 7 दिन है, 7 days. Mug up everything and be the first Indian to qualify GATE exam, because this will be the first exam इंग्लिश लिटरेचर का गेट फर्स्ट टाइम हो रहा है एंड यू हैव टू बी द पर्सन टू क्वालिफाई इट सो दैट यू कैन टेल इट टू पीपल दैट the historical gate exam conducted in English literature for the first time, and I am the one. I cracked it from your area, from your district, from your state. You'll be the first person. Good luck, enjoy. And सोना नहीं है अभी. I know your eyes are paining. Make tea. मुंह धो लो, चाय बना लो, पढ़ो. ठीक है? सो मत जाना. Bye.